How many Super Beetles does it take to make a VW shop?
This many?
And they're all red.
Why are they red?
We got a lot of red cars around here.
You know, one of my first cars is a red car. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about our first VW.
What are you doing?
I'm asking up Ferguson to get fixed for a repaint.
Yeah. So remind the nice people what happened.
Well, nice people, this was ready to go home, and some Yahoo in a parking lot over at the alignment center, probably a customer, decided to smack the bumper or smack the fender and make it go away. So I spent most of yesterday beating on steel and getting it primed up, and probably going to end up shooting this tomorrow.
Okay.
So I got to get all the masking done and prep done, and make everything dull.
Yeah.
So dull before shiny.
You painted this a few times.
A few times, yeah. I think this will be my third go around on it, which means I could sand it all the way back down because I don't want it too thick.
Yeah.
But the repair's been done.
Okay, let's see that. I wish we had gotten that on video.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking too much, so I got to hit that again with 800 and blend that up. And that's about as good as it's going to get.
All right. We had about a volleyball size.
Yeah, that went from
Crater.
here to here, and from here to here. So I spent most of yesterday with airbags behind it, going tap, 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 tap. And that's all I did yesterday. And the whole thing just kind of drew itself out.
All right, well, at least you could fix it. So
Drew itself out.
Huh?
Drew itself out.
Yeah, just kind of drew itself out. Just go boom, 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 and it just starts moving.
So you didn't even need to be there to fix it, did it?
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Use the
nobody
force.
else knows how to, where to actually tap on the hammer.
it's true. Use the force, Luke. This is the dent you're looking for.
No.
Well, I had a question for both of you.
Okay.
Oh, what was your very first Volkswagen?
First one I drove, or first one I owned, or first one I had registered on the road?
Yes.
First one I owned was a 69, and it was a wrecked beater case that I rebuilt the car and sold it before I could actually legally drive.
Ah.
69 what?
Beetle.
Oh.
Sorry. Second one was a 73 Super Beetle, which I never put on the road. And my absolute favorite was a 71 Tin Top Westie. And that was my uncle's and aunt's, and they gave it to me, and it had a 2235 in it.
Ooh.
We took it cross country from Oregon to Washington, and I really wish I wouldn't have sold that one. It's up in Alaska somewhere.
You have a few that you have gotten rid of.
There's a couple that
you
I
got
really
seller's
did.
remorse.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
in Alaska. Somebody's probably living in the woods.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
right?
didn't think it would actually last all that long.
There's probably a polar bear like hanging out driving.
No, I think it's probably a rust bucket right now. So.
How about you, Darren?
First one was actually a rabbit.
Oh,
The judges will allow that.
the judges will allow it. Yes.
But first bug I bought for $500 from a guy that worked at Edwards Air Force Base, and he had two motors, and he used to drive it to work every day, and he'd keep one motor on the shelf and rebuild it. And then one weekend, he'd come home from work on Friday and swap the motors,
Oh, wow.
and then rebuild that one. So he just kept doing it. So I bought it for $500. It was
Wow.
a little '68 ragtop that I had.
Sweet.
It was pretty cool though. Yeah, that was back in the day when you could buy bugs for $500 in
Somebody
California.
actually put a graft in a 68?
Yeah.
Well, I did in my 69, so.
That's sweet.
If
All
you
right.
did one modification, the ragtop graft is actually pretty good.
All right. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Sweet.
So
And it sticks, it's like,
it was
Once
California,
bitten.
so they do all kinds of stuff out there.
that's
Oh, yeah.
true.
There's entire companies that do nothing but make aftermarket ragtop.
Really?
Yeah, cut and glue, and
Uh,
so I'm gonna keep it as factory stuff.
yeah. Oh, interesting. All right. Cool. Well, let's see what's going on in the shop. We
Let's
had a
do it.
fantastic
For the record,
show.
before we left,
Oh, yeah,
before we
yeah.
leave, I've taken this windshield out of this car 3 times too.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So we're experts at that.
Yeah, we popped it
Without
right out
cutting
of the
seal.
Right.
Yeah, and save the seal, by the way.
Save the
Yeah.
seal. So fantastic show.
All right. So so let's start out here.
All right.
We could just go out here and see. Well, we don't really want to. Do we want to walk all the way down there and see the remnants? No. You can see it from here, kind of. These cleaned up. It's the
It's
parts
getting
area
there.
over
We still
there,
have
the
swap
bug
meet
down
stuff. Yep.
Got, I'm going to send you pictures. You can maybe put some of the pictures on there for
Sure.
the kids of the stuff they did.
That's
Anyway,
good.
so we got that all cleaned up. Our blow up motor blew up.
Yes.
As you guys, not everybody was here, but
Do you remember how long it took?
It 4:58, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I lost the belt at 1:50, and then in
It was
4:50 it
smoky.
blew up. So 3 years now it hadn't, and finally did. So that was pretty cool to see. It was smoking like crazy, and it just stopped. So
it was awesome.
it was kind of anti-dramatic. There was no explosions or pieces flying anywhere. It just stopped.
Yeah,
So
it's probably
but,
better that way.
Yeah. Oil
I used to
work.
root for fire until I found out that's really bad. So.
Yeah. So it was pretty good. That was cool. It was cool to watch. So
That's
at
great.
least somebody won some money and a prize on that. So
Right, and they donated it to Elair Community
That's
Farm.
pretty cool.
That was very cool.
So now coming through here, we've got a lot going on actually since we're after the show. So we've got Joseph working on terminating all the wiring for Riley.
Great.
Which means he's putting the ends on the wires so he can plug everything in that goes to those wires.
Okay.
The wiring harnesses ran before, so now we can put on things like headlights and tail lights and all the knobs and switches and gauges. And so we're doing all that. So he's doing that part of that.
We have
And
the
that's
power.
That's going to accelerate things along, and then
Great.
then we'll be able. It's actually going to come pretty quick now, though. So
That's great.
yeah. So if we walk this way, real carefully. So it should be long before we can put her motor in, hopefully, and get that all going on, and
Great.
get that set up, and maybe hear it run.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
Okay.
Gazzo.
Oh, no.
You know the story behind Gazzo. Still waiting on that. Mr. Hersker, he was actually here at the show.
It was
So
great
we've
to
got
meet him.
we are still in limbo waiting on his wire harness and headliner. So he
Okay.
said he's going to call and check on that. So it's kind of just sitting there, and he knew about that. So
Yeah.
range, we did Spook mocked up and made the seat brackets, which we ended up having to make. We ordered twice, so
Right.
he did those. So now Gavin's taking them out. We're going to get those powder coated or painted, and then we can put the carpet in now. That was holding that up. So now the rest of the carpet can go in. Spook already put the back in. So that carpet will go in, then we can mount the seats permanently. And then from there, it should take off pretty quick. We've got, I believe he's going to get the glass today at the tint
good.
shop. So we can throw the glass in it.
So one day came.
Yeah, it was one
day
day.
tint.
Someday.
Someday
But
tint.
then we can mount the doors on it and the hood and the deck lid and boom,
Hey,
maybe get this thing off the lift and roll it outside again and see
Did
her
you
go.
see Mr. Range sitting in there?
Yeah, he liked that.
That was
He
pretty
really
cool.
happy.
That
He
was
said
so
it felt
cool.
good too. So.
I was so glad. I love to see that.
Yeah, so so he approved the seat setup, so we're good there.
Great.
So stuff's going on range.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's
All
good.
right.
So if we walk out this way through here, you guys can't smell on camera, but we have some kind of weird
Yeah, be
cow smell in
I
the
think
air.
it's the farm across the
It's
across
just
the
in
highway.
the air permanently,
Yeah.
so it's not real
Smells
cool. But
lovely.
the notchback's getting worked on.
Right, so
it's
check
actually
this out.
it's actually anchored to the concrete in the front.
That is
so
serious.
Jeremy drilled a hole. We're having to do like a makeshift framework ourselves.
It's like getting traction at the chiropractor.
Yeah, so kind of. So there's there, and he's got one in the back. So the car's literally pinned between two pieces right
Not
now.
going anywhere.
We're trying to do a little of our own body, massive framework type deal. So,
Nice.
like I said, you can't get parts for it
Right.
unless they're used, and you get lucky. And so we got to make and
Ugh.
tune and scratch and pull. And we tried originally, before I got here, they tried to take this car to a frame shop, and nobody wanted to touch it. So.
Oh, wow. They probably didn't even know what it was.
Right, and plus when you're dealing with a car that's got rust and they start pulling on it, they're like,
Yeah.
"No, we're not doing
Yeah.
it." So we never could find anybody, so we're having to
I
do it
get it.
ourselves. Out here, we got Mr. Gill's.
Yeah, we got 3 red beetles.
Well, yeah, they're all super. These are super beetles here, both of them.
All right.
But Mr. Gill's is done.
Great.
Yay! So I just got to clean it up and send it home.
Okay.
And then Mr. Shear just brought his in. He's a customer that comes in every once in a while just to get a few things done. He just wanted to get some seat covers done.
All
He had a
right.
little motor running problem, an e-brake problem, a couple little things, and we're doing his, and
Okay.
his will be here for a couple days and gone. So
And is that yours back there?
that's Coke
Coke
Bug
Bug.
sitting over there. I actually robbed some parts off of him to fix something today, so poor little guy. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
So you're sleeping here until
Well,
we
he's
replace?
been here since the show. He ain't left yet.
That's
He
true.
stayed here, but I'm gonna take him home tonight.
All
He's
right.
got to go home now finally.
It's
Can't stay here anymore.
It's not the first time we've robbed parts, and I've robbed parts off of mine.
Yeah.
It's just nature of the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like,
ain't-
hey, I
ain't
got
too
one of
sad
those.
about it. But there he is. So I just put an old little used steering wheel on him, and we'll We'll drive him around. He didn't have nothing fancy. We just needed a ring that they don't make that he had, so we used it. So
Wow.
there it is. But anyways, that's it.
That's great. Well, there we go. So did you guys recover from the show?
We're getting there.
It's a lot of work.
It
was
took a couple of days.
It looked really good in there.
We really do appreciate everybody who did show up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember, third Saturday in October, I don't have a date yet, but third Saturday in October 2022, that is the show date, and
Yeah.
we'll be pimping that all year.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Thanks everybody for the support for Lair Community Farms.
Yeah.
We raised a good chunk of change for them,
Yeah.
and it's going to a good place. So we really appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us.
Fantastic. All right. Well, you guys know what to do.
Goodbye,
Bye,
nice
nice people.
All right.